everybody, and welcome to another episode of Screen Time Continuum. I am Nick, and I'm joined with the gentleman. We are reunited again. And then Keelan just dropped out. So I'm here with Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Man, reunited, and it feels so good.
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keelan will be back at some point. I think he might have just exited out because he's using kind of a makeshift setup. So he will be back very soon. But thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Hoping that everybody's having a wonderful evening or whenever you're watching this. If you like what we do here, if you're appreciative of the content, please consider hitting that subscription button and that thumbs up button. Something weird is happening on our YouTube page where we've been stuck at the same subscribers for like a week now. And we had some steady growth. So I'm wondering if you're not subscribed, if you could hit that subscription button, because I'm wondering if we kind of are getting our growth halted a little bit. So that would really help us out. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the game, the myth, the legend, Bethesda's Starfield.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Mike and I did an episode of like a few months back about the trailer to Starfield. And we got Keelan back here. Keelan.
There we go. Yeah, that froze me out as soon as we were going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we got Keelan here. Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Doing great. Can't complain. The lies, I can complain about everything right now. But,
Absolutely.
Doing all right. Can't complain. Doing pretty well. Yeah. How about that?
Good. Wonderful to hear. That's great. I was just telling everybody we're going to be reviewing Starfield and letting you guys know what we think of it so far. Is it game of the year? Is it overhyped? We will find out in this episode. We will be discussing many things about the game. We're going to try to stay away from anything spoiler related as far as the main story goes. I'll do my best to not divulge too much about the story beats because I know that a lot of people are currently playing it. And this will be more about sort of the mechanics of the game, the overall feel, what our first impressions are. And, what we are looking forward to, maybe what we're not looking forward to, and we'll see where it goes. All right. Well, this is a game review, so we're doing this a little bit different. We're usually into movies, and we can do our first impressions, but maybe we could just do that. First impressions for Starfield. Maybe you can start with how long you've been playing, what your build out is, and how you want to play the game. And we'll start with Keelan.
Yeah. Hey, my name is Keelan. I'm playing. I've been playing. So I guess Xbox hours I've been playing for 6, 7, maybe 10 hours, somewhere in there. But according to the gameplay, I've only been playing about 4 hours of actual, I guess, story time or game time, right? That I think is actually good to know because there's a difference between actually playing the game and just walking in a circle trying to figure out where you are. So that's interesting. My build out, I am a bounty hunter. The first 3 skills I chose were all tech related. So I started with piloting, target control systems, and boost pack training. And then when I got my first 2 skill points, I added some ballistics and like combat ballistics, not ship ballistics, combat ballistics, and some health and wellness. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying my character so far. I'm excited about what kind of perks I get as I'm reading like what the upgrades and stuff are for my skills and stuff like that. But I think the bounty hunter might be one of the better pilots. So I'm hoping as the game continues, there's going to be more depth to the exploration and the ability to use your ship.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Mike, same question. How far along are you? What's your build out like? And how you liking it so far? Uh-oh. Did we lose Mike?
Oh, did I say how I was liking it? I'll give us time for Mike to come back.
Yeah.
I am liking it. I am liking it. And I am, like I said, excited for a few things. However, I'm not liking it as much as I thought I would because it's giving me nostalgia vibes.
How so?
It's reminded me a lot of a few other space encounter type games or things that we were expecting in space encounter type games, and it doesn't really hit the brand new feel button.
Yeah. Interesting critique. I think I might be able to share that with you as well. Yeah, the brand new feel of a new game, new world, all of that stuff. There is a lot of familiarity to a lot of what's going on in this game, and I do think that kind of blunts the wow factor for me, anyways.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. What were the traits that you chose at the beginning?
I want to say it was the ballistics, the piloting, and target. I'm trying to think, unless that's something else. Let me see.
No, when you do the character creator, you usually have the so if you go into the menu and you hit traits Y, so if you press start and then press Y, you should be able to see your character traits. You hit character and then you scroll down, and it'll tell you the 3 traits that you chose at the building.
Got it. Okay, I'm
beginning.
Going to go back to that.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm a bounty hunter. My traits are United Colonies native. So the United Colonies, I get a boost and all of that good junk. Which I think is kind of cool. You have a faction to be with. I also chose the hero worship, which I know I'm pretty sure most of us chose that one just to test it out, but I'm gonna change it as soon as I can. But I chose the heroes worship where you earn the attention of a fan, and they basically come to give you trading goods and things that can be beneficial. I haven't met him yet. But I've been told he will not be coming bearing Santa Claus type gifts. And then I also am a taskmaster, which means that crews that I have trained in certain ship systems, they'll automatically heal themselves and repair that particular system, as well as the counterbalance to that is that each of them costs double the rate. So I have to pay them twice as much money. But, I think, you pay for good work. So I think that's kind of associative. And I'm a bounty hunter, so I'm supposed to be collecting good dough.
Right. Yeah, it sounds to me like you're taking like the Boba Fett route. You're like a crack pilot, bounty hunter sort of character. That's cool.
I wanted to take the bad guy route coming in, basically. I wanted to definitely take a heel turn on this.
Mike, you there?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Mike. So how many hours in are you? What is your character loadout like? And how are you liking the game so far?
I'm about 4 hours in. Let's see. I have only one skill point in one thing, and let's see. I think I put it in persuasion. But I started off as a Ronin, because masterless warrior wandering the known universe, kicking ass and taking names. That was the idea. Right. And you start off doing melee, and it's like, why am I doing melee when everybody got guns?
That's a good question.
Everybody busting at me, and I'm trying to run up and stab people.
Yeah. You better up that stealth. That's for sure.
Man, right.
Right.
So with that being said, being a Ronin, I did go as far as traits. I went with Neon Street Rat, because I grew up on the mean streets like in real life.
Okay.
But I'm also empathic which is you are deeply connected to the feelings of others, and performing actions your companions like will result in a temporary increase in combat effectiveness. That just made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I also got hero worship, so
Wait.
I've earned the
There's a
attention
negative
of an
side to that,
annoying,
right?
adoring fan.
Wait, isn't there a negative side to the other one?
Yeah. Performing actions they don't like will give you precise opposite effect.
That's right. Let us know what the balance is. Let us know that
Ooh, boy.
you gotta be
Oh,
balanced as a person out
You
here.
better be a good guy. That's for sure. That's all I got to say.
I tend to be in most games I play.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then that should work fine because I have yet to encounter a companion that is oriented towards bad activity.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. Well, and you're enjoying it so far?
I
Yes.
am.
No? All right.
It's space Skyrim, and who
Mhm.
doesn't love Skyrim?
It's true. Everybody does love Skyrim.
I mean,
That's true.
they're still making mods for Skyrim right now, so people can do all kind of weirdo stuff on top of just still playing the game and finding all the secrets.
Yep.
Right now, that
Yep.
game's what 30 years old now, old as me.
It's at least 12 years old. Yeah.
Right.
Just wait until the modders put a Skyrim planet on STARFIELD. I'm sure that'll happen.
And they will.
They will.
You know they will.
Yep.
With giant
Starfield
nudes
on
too.
Minecraft too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this makes me feel so embarrassed.
Don't be.
Oh boy. Okay, so I've played a little bit more than you guys. I am currently 69 hours into the game.
Good Lord.
Teach me, Obi-Wan, how
First
do
of
we get
all-
past the levels?
First of all, nice. Second of all, that was a pretty quick 69 hours, to be honest. I will say, at the point where I'm at right now, it feels like maybe I'm only about halfway through.
That's a good thing.
I spent a lot of time working on side quests and side faction stuff, so that might be the bulk of. I might have completed the bulk of that already, and so I have a lot of the main missions to go, I think. But let me see. I have my stats here. So 69 hours in. I'm at level 32. I am a soldier. I got the hero worship, but in my experience, there's been no benefit to hero worship. I made the dude a crew member, so maybe that was my fault, because maybe if you don't make him a crew member, then he pops up randomly and gives you gifts. But the fact that he's on my ship, he doesn't do anything for me. So
You think he's your friend?
maybe I'll have to kick him off my ship, and then he'll start giving me gifts. The other traits I have here are, let's see. I did alien DNA, which is supposed to give you like higher oxygen levels and health at the beginning of the game, but healing with food doesn't do anything. So it's kind of annoying, to be honest, because there's a lot of food out there, and that's a good way to sort of boost your stats. So what I sort of gained at the beginning of the game for having just a little bit more oxygen and a little bit more health, I'm starting to lose now because I can't eat food. So that's kind of annoying. And what was the last one I had? Oh, the Wanted. Wanted doesn't really have a whole bunch of much benefit either. There's you get a higher crit chance when you have low health, but the problem is that bounty hunters will come after you randomly. And I have yet to have an experience where they've landed on a planet to come after me. I've had experiences in space with bounty hunters, but I'm not seeing them on the actual planets. And the crit chance you get at low health isn't that great. So I think that if I had any critique for that trait system, I would say that it needs to be beefier, a little bit more impactful, make it impact your game a little bit more. I think that would be pretty cool. Or maybe I need to choose some different stuff. I will say that picking as being a soldier has given me unique dialogue options in dealing with characters, so that's cool. And I'm sure whatever, the bounty hunter one will probably give unique dialogue options too. And I don't know about the Ronin, but maybe. Let's see, just in a couple other numbers for Keeling, because I know he loves the numbers. I have discovered 138 locations. I've scanned 39 systems. I've been on 79 planets. I've completed 57 quests, and I've killed 700 enemies. So there you go.
I was just looking at those
You're a
stats
real
too.
space homeboy out here.
Yeah. Yeah. You were looking at what specs?
I was looking at the same stuff just when you said it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've explored 2 systems,
Oh, nice.
scanned 1 planet.
All right. Spent a lot of time on it.
Right. 1 flora, 1 fauna.
Okay.
Haven't done much.
I do like that that's in the character menu, because it is nice to see like how much you've done in the game.
Yep.
So
Pretty cool.
yeah, it is cool. It's cool to keep track. My impressions is that I would say Bethesda, it's Skyrim in space is a good description for it. And if you know Bethesda and how they make games, then that comes with the good and the bad. At the point I'm at right now, what's interesting is I didn't get any hard crashes until the official launch, which is odd. I played the game in early release for like 6 days, and I never got one crash, never got one, hard boot out or anything, no freezing. And then as soon as it keeps freezing, I'm keep getting booted from the game. It's very weird.
That makes
I don't know
sense,
how
though.
that works.
The servers are
No.
overloaded.
Yeah.
So what I know is a lot of people who aren't playing like some of the new other releases that just came out are playing this.
Right. A lot of people are playing it. Apparently 6 million people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of people playing this game. Yeah, I like it. It's okay. There are a lot of things that I have critiques on, things that I hope change, but a lot of other good stuff too. So I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about your gameplay? Because, as somebody who's spent the equivalent of a week time.
The resident expert.
Yeah. 72 hours is what, 5 days? 6 days? All right. So
no.
what was it?
It's only like 3 days.
72 hours. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So I'm only 3 days in. Yeah. That's good. If you played for 24 hours.
I do have
straight.
a comment on what's his name? The robot that follows you.
Yes.
Buddy be too close, man. Give me some space.
Yay, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one of the critiques that I have, and a lot of people have for the game too, is that your companions will blow your cover. Mm-hmm. So if you're a stealth person, you might want to consider going solo.
Is that an option?
Yeah, you don't have to have a companion.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't figured that out yet then.
And you're probably still a little bit too early. You got to ditch the robot once you get to Constellation. He won't be following you anymore, but you get the option to add him as a companion. I would say if you're not a fan of companions, it would be good to load out with a trait. I think that's the solo trait or lone wolf or whatever.
Right.
That'll give you perks for being by yourself. Because
I like having a companion because you need a pack mule.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, you can give them stuff. And it sounds to me like you're grabbing everything that's not glued down to a hard surface. So.
Because I don't know what I need.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing until I figure out what's important, what's not.
Right. That's fair. Actually, that's very fair. I did the same thing too. I'm a little bit more discerning, but there's just so much crap everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's
kind of impressive. Every journal.
Yeah.
Right.
Every book that has writing on it.
All of it. I actually appreciate that the smaller parts of the world are so interactive, but
the level of detail
it might be overkill.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's probably like 30 or 40 different food types that you can pick up and find. There are at least, I would say, 12 different like medical lootables, which is it gets confusing, but it is also necessary because your character will get ailments, and so you have to constantly heal your character, which I kind of find a little bit tedious, but it's not that bad. The crafting I haven't gotten too much into, but I know Mike is currently gathering as much resources as he can to start crafting stuff. So, have you crafted anything, Mike?
I've made a grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay,
an alien meat sandwich. And that's pretty much it. But I've got a lot of materials that I was able to start creating weapons. I've created the handles for guns, the sights, the barrels. So I'll probably be modding weapons before I'm doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And I've been able to put together enough stuff where the research projects are starting to form up, but not finished all of it yet.
All right. Yeah. And there's full base building in this game too. So I haven't really got into that. There's also full weapon modding, or not full, but pretty detailed weapon mod, and then
base modding,
ship modding, and then space suit modding. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to go on.
There's a lot of detail to this game.
Yeah.
Keelan, where did you leave off, man?
So I actually, from what Mike was talking about, I just killed that pirate, and I'm looking for the next step in the mission after killing him and where to go, which I'm guessing is headed towards Constellation.
Yes. Yep, that's what I just did.
Right. There you go.
Like so before we got here.
Oh, okay. So you're on.
Mike done passed me. Look at that.
I know, right? Keelan, you just better just fire the game up right now, and you could start playing it.
Just keep playing. Yeah. Just play while we talk about it.
Yeah. So Mike, you made it to New Atlantis then?
No. I mean, I think I just pulled into the system. I haven't actually done anything yet. Because I'm still trying to figure out how to make the navigation, I haven't quite got the hang of it quite yet.
Yeah. The game,
except just going, follow the mission thing and setting the course.
I honestly think that that's probably the best way to go for the first few hours, just because the main storyline does a good job about sort of introducing you to the basic mechanics of the game. And how you want to do everything. And then I would say there's a certain cutoff point where you can just abandon the main quest and do your own thing, and that would be fine.
That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
It seems like that. It almost seems like it sets you up to go explore after a certain point. Like, all right, get out of my face.
Yeah. If you remember Skyrim, there's a point where you go up to yeah, right. There's a point where you go to meet the Greybeards, right? And that's where you get your Dragonborn powers. Yep. And then you're sort of opened up to the world and you can do whatever you want. There's something similar going on here. So
Skyrim.
Yes.
Comes back and haunts me again.
Yes, it does. It's back. So yeah, let's see. Where am I at with this? Oh yeah, so I was doing the faction quests for this one is in New Atlantis. It's the Vanguard, basically the government, and there's a faction quest line that you can do for them, which is really lucrative. I would also give you guys a tip that doesn't actually spoil anything. As early as you can, get arrested. That you can get arrested in New Atlantis if you just try to pickpocket somebody or steal
I have so many questions.
Oh yeah. I won't give
I'm not going to ask.
Yeah. I don't want to give it away. I'm not going to give away any major point. All I'm going to say is that it will open up an opportunity that will, once you finish, will give you a large sum of credits. So
I was going to ask if it made you feel like Princess Jasmine.
It does sort of take you to a whole new world. Yeah. So, it opens up a pretty substantial quest line that I won't divulge the details about, but it's worth it. And it's probably worth it to do it pretty early just to get that bump in credits, and you get a little bit of you get some good like loot out of it.
Okay.
Also, another little tip too is if you're ever broke, just do what Mike's doing and scavenge.
Right, because I plan on selling all them little statues I found.
Not only that, but there's credit sticks lying around everywhere, and they're usually in a pile of like 1,000 credits.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you spend like 2 or 3 hours scavenging, you can probably easily get like 10,000 credits.
Good to
Which
know.
is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
So the economy's actually kind of decent.
The economy's actually kind of decent. Although I will say that the one of the problems I have with the economy is that there's not enough big ticket items for you to save up for.
It's not economical.
There are some cool things.
Don't worry, the DLCs will take care of all of that.
Yeah, I would like some more legendary weapons that are like super expensive, because then because they've done that with Fallout and Skyrim and stuff, and maybe there is some here, but I haven't found them yet.
Don't mention Fallout.
Yeah, don't. Okay, fine, I won't. Yeah, I would want to have some more big ticket items, but there is living situations, so you can buy homes and stuff like that too.
Oh wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so each city, I believe, has a home that you can buy.
I should have known.
Yeah, which is really interesting, because one of the cities I think that you guys will really like is called Neon, and it's a little bit more cyberpunky.
So it has space prostitutes.
Yeah, and it's pretty lawless because it's outside of the settled systems.
Right. So how did I know?
It's kind of cool. I will also say another tip too is, if you want one of the best ships I've encountered is within the Freestar Collective faction quests. So when you go to Freestar, yeah, when you go to New Atlantis and you go to Constellation, there'll be a character there named Sam Coe. And if you talk with him and sort of do his quest lines, that'll get you into the Freestar Collective, and then you get to be a ranger, and you get to go to this kind of like old westy type space town. It's pretty cool. It's fun.
Right.
It sounds like you get to be a part of Westwood.
Yeah, and then I think that's one of the things that this game does pretty well. Westworld, yeah. I think that's one of the things that this game does pretty well, is that their storylines are good. They're Bethesda quality, good, like quest line stories. I think that they do that really well. Some of the graphics are hit and miss. I don't know what it looks like for you, Mike, because you're doing it on old gen. So how are the graphics running?
They call it current gen.
Well, current gen is what the Xbox X and S. Old gen is his.
But
what are the graphics?
Pretty good.
That's good.
I mean, but I don't have an Xbox One. I mean, an Xbox S or an X to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
I got bills.
Sure. Yeah.
But no, I just haven't. It looks fine to me. It looks like just like any other Xbox One game, with decent graphics and everything. So everything looks smooth. The textures look fine.
Right on.
I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't even know how to compare it.
Yeah, that's fair. I found that some of the graphics were a bit lacking, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time.
Right.
You know what I think we should do is we should get what we want to say about it now, and then maybe next week have a follow-up episode, because there's so much that I want to talk to you guys about, but I don't want to ruin any of the storylines.
Right.
So I think that it's probably important that you guys explore a little bit more. And then
I realized I was on mute. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was
you good?
over here like, oh man, like listening.
Yeah,
yeah. Adding like little like, oh yeah, okay, I get that.
Oh yeah, you're on mute. No worries.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to ruin any of the storylines for you guys. And since you guys still, you're still that new in the game, it's probably best that I don't. I will say that there were certain things that we brought up already that I think that are worth criticizing in this episode, and then maybe we can talk about other things in the next episode. But the concept of an open world doesn't really feel that open to me. I don't know about you guys. Yeah.
No, it doesn't feel that open, but also something that's even worse than it. It's semi-open, right? Like,
yeah,
we played a few games that were fully open world, and that surprised us, but they weren't advertised as that. Every game that's advertised as open world typically falls a little short. But the missions aren't as easy to follow as you would think they would be.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, just knowing what your next step is, there's almost no HUD.
Right.
And you have to, you find out how to pull that up. And it's not really a HUD. You're using one of your tools to navigate. And then when you're using that tool, you can't do a few other things, and it kind of fucks you up, it messes you up, especially if you're not if you're in combat. Like, if you're in combat and you have to use the cutter as a weapon, you can't do a lot of other combat related things.
That's true. And if you're using the scanner too, you can't open doors or do combat, which I think is kind of dumb. But yeah, the cutter is pretty early on. What's funny is that a lot of people I've seen like reviewing it say that they stuck with the cutter until like level 10 just because there weren't enough good weapons. Which is something that I did notice at the beginning as well. But then, like, for some reason, everything turns really good. So I would just say wait, because you're going to get lots of legendary items and epic items and all of that stuff.
I better.
Oh, yeah, you will. You will, definitely.
But then maybe that's a pre-order thing.
No, because I only got the only thing you get is early access. And then I think you get the ability to get the DLC for free when it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't add anything else to the actual gameplay. But yeah, I would say that it does take a little bit a while for you to get better equipment and better gear. What I'll also say is I'm not 100% in love with the skill tree. I think the skill tree is a little bit boring. And it doesn't, a lot of the skills are just buffs. I was kind of hoping for more wacky perks like you get in Fallout, where, there might be like some downfalls to it, but then there are a lot of benefits to it as well. I guess they did that with the traits, but you only get 3 traits in the game. And I would have liked to see some of the perks of on the skill tree be maybe superfluous, but more quality of life based instead of just straight buffs, because most of the perks are just buffs, like 10% increase of this, 20% increase of this.
Right. So, I don't think it's much of a skill tree, and that's what bothers me about it. But you said that, and it reminded me of something I did think about. I had this thought that we're just androids, and you just add a new program here and there, and that's
right.
That made me lose a little bit of interest. I'll just run with interest. Like it made the game seem much less organic.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting, because that's I think that's like the crux of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Is that you realize that you're like a robot that's being rebooted over and over again.
But No Man's Sky was like, this is not that. Or it could become that, because No Man's Sky wasn't No Man's Sky at the beginning.
That's true. It took a long time for No Man's Sky to get actually good. But that'll be my next criticism, is that you cannot fly from planet to space.
I knew that was coming.
I mean, like, that's awesome. That's the biggest thing, like, I understand everybody's like, oh, well, like it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm telling you guys, when you get it up there in the hours, the idea of space travel doesn't even mean anything, because you fast travel everywhere. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't fly. You can't even fly your ship between planets in the solar system because they're too far away. So, you end up just kind of fast traveling to all the planets, and that's kind of a bummer. I wish that you were able to fly your ship more. Now the ship battling is pretty fun, but again, you don't really fly that much. You warp to a planet and then you land on the planet, or then you fly, then you have a cut scene to a different planet in the same solar system. It's just like, yeah, it's a little bit aggravating just because No Man's Sky has they say 18 quintillion planets. I don't know if anybody
Quintillion?
can literally 18 quintillion planets in No Man's Sky. And
You know what the problem with that is?
what's that?
The monotony of it.
They have actually filled that game out. Like they have been putting updates to that game over and over and over. So there's like, I think since the last time we played, because we all played it together, I think they've released like 3 or 4 updates for it with storylines and quests and stuff. So No Man's Sky is getting kind of good. And I got to say, the fact that No Man's Sky had a system where you could fly into a planet and out of a planet into space and fly between planets. I mean, I don't know why Starfield didn't do that. I don't.
Maybe it.
I guess
they
it's
couldn't get
the
rights to
idea.
it.
I guess it's the idea that flying between planets isn't a hop, skip, and a jump. The
It's
realism,
not. It's not in No Man's Sky either, but it's still fun.
right?
So I think it's just laziness. Bethesda's engine isn't that good. Their software engine, it's not that good.
Well,
And
it's
they
not
haven't.
unreal.
No, they haven't used Unreal at all. And they've just basically been upgrading their same engine. So what also kind of makes me upset about Starfield is that it is just Skyrim's engine with better graphics and better skins. The characters walk and run the exact same way. They crouch the same way. The melee combat is exactly the same as Skyrim's.
The
It's
sneaking.
just the sneaking is the same way. It's all the same except for the fact that it's better graphics. That's it.
And maybe they got Khajiit in there.
I mean, I wish at least that would be funny.
I wouldn't even have been able to point that out.
Yeah, it's all the same mechanics. It's the same engine that they've been using for far too long, and it's been over 20 years. I mean, maybe not 20 years, but it's been over
We get you.
12. Yeah.
Been long enough.
Been long enough. You got to update that engine because it's so old looking. I had moments where I thought to myself, man, is there going to be a game better than Red Dead Redemption 2 ever?
No.
I mean,
Red Dead Redemption 3.
amen. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 makes this game look stupid in the mechanics and visuals. It's just Red Dead Redemption 2 is still gorgeous. Every place you go is cinematic and beautiful. Unfortunately, it's not the same way for Starfield. But again, Bethesda's never been about breathtaking graphics or anything like that.
Right.
So,
It's been about good stories.
very good stories. And that is one thing I will say that they did a very good job in this. So far, I'm enjoying all of the storylines. All the quest lines are good. Interesting. There's some moody ambiance to some of the atmospheres. I like the dungeon pillaging. Bethesda's always done dungeons very well because I love that when you finish a dungeon, you get right back to the entrance. Not every game does that. Some games I've played where you've dungeoned and then you have to walk back the way you came. It's like, come on, man. You can't give me what was it?
What now?
What did you say?
Nothing. I was just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just it's something satisfying about getting a shortcut to the entrance right after you're done with a dungeon is good.
That's one thing I did like about a couple of games. Once you when you have those long, drawn out dungeons, the very end leads you right back to the beginning. Right
Yes.
as you're exiting, it's like, oh, this is back to the beginning. Nice.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, exactly.
Or they just
quick
warp you
exit.
to the outside right at the entrance, and that's that's just as good. I'll take that.
That's true too. Me too. Yeah. So you guys haven't gotten to the powers yet.
There's magic?
Of course there is.
There's magic?
I can't wait to Dovahkiin.
It's Skyrim in space, man.
You didn't think we was getting special abilities?
Oh yeah.
You know I'm gonna have electric fingers.
What's cool, and I won't ruin any of the how you get to that point, but they are mostly centered around gravity, which is kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a good part of the game too. And from what it looks like, there's a lot of different, I would say looks like there's about a dozen different types of powers, maybe more. So there's plenty to choose from for your play style.
Can I crush him like a jelly bean?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. I would hope so. That would be sweet. There's one that I have, which is it's called, I won't spoil anymore, but it's called Gravitational Field. And it basically 0 G's the area that you're around. So everything starts floating, even enemies, which is
I was going to say, does it make it heavier so that I can train and get my power level over 9,000?
Okay, Goku.
Yeah. Yes, it will. There's a lot of little exploits. If you're looking for exploits,
to you.
If you're looking for exploits to increase your XP, there's a lot of ways to do that. So you just have to look online for those.
Okay, it's different things we could stack to become the ultimate.
Oh yeah,
for
sure. Well, let's see. There was some positives that I wanted to give the game, and we're gonna have to revisit this when you guys have more hours in, so that way we can talk deeper. But I just want to give some positives because I don't want to shit on everything. I did say that loot was everywhere. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
My pockets don't like it, so being over encumbered is really a pain in the ass. But remember, you can store things on your ship, Mike.
Yeah, I was sitting here playing with that right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can always put stuff on your ship, so that helps a little bit. Another positive, ship battles are pretty enjoyable. I like them. They're pretty fun. I would like to see maybe ways that they might be able to enhance that a little bit more. Because I got into one and it was absolute chaos because it was like 4 or 5 ships shooting lasers at me, and it was pretty intense. So that was fun. Random space encounters. Those are probably the best part of exploring space, is that once in a while, when you jump into a system, you'll be greeted with like a random encounter. I won't give one. I will only give one away, and it's not that big of a one. But I jumped into this system, and there was this ship that was having a party. And so they hailed my ship and were like, "Hey, come on over. Let's have drinks." And you can dock on people's ships. So I went over to their ship. I docked. I went in and I talked with everybody. And the captain's like, "Hey, so you want to continue this party? Do you want to turn the gravity off?" And I was like, "Of course I want to turn the gravity off." And so they turned the gravity off in the ship, and everybody's dancing and partying. And it's like a little rave on a spaceship. That was pretty cool.
And that's when the orgy starts.
Yeah, I actually, there was, I know, right? There's the entire time I was like, okay, which one of you guys are going to pull a gun on me and try to steal my ship? Because I really thought that they were trying to pull a fast one, but no, they were just sincerely having a party on their ship. So that's pretty fun.
Ship, you were worried about them stealing.
That sounds like that's what's up.
Yeah, it is. It's super cool to bump into people in space. That's a lot of fun, and stealing ships is cool. Because you will be able to do that. Keelan, you want to go the bounty hunter route, you can always steal people's ships and sell them. And that's always fun. Yeah.
Playing on it.
Yep. Planning on it. Let's see, another positive.
Hey.
Yeah, the RP. Yeah, I know. Damn it. That was my fault. RPG elements are good. So Again, the way you want to play the game is going to be particular to you. I can already see that I'm playing a good guy this time, and I think in the next run I definitely want to play all evil, because there are totally different choices that you can make.
That's what I did with Fable.
Right. And their choices are pretty consequential. So, like you have, branching choice trees that will help with your RPG experience, which I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's something else I've noticed as well, that it seems like a lot of this is gonna, like, your decision making and your questions. And I'm early and I'm starting to notice this already. It's gonna change not only how people address you, but your level of rewards for certain things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that'll be my final tip for you guys. Dump all of your skills into persuasion if you can.
Already started.
Right.
Good, because persuasion is almost integral to gameplay. That in a way that will make or break your experience sometimes. Because there are situations you'll need to get in or out of that can only be done peacefully through persuasion. And if you're on a good guy character gameplay, you don't want to kill innocent people. You're going to need that trait for sure.
You want your dude walking in like, excuse me, can we speak about this for a moment?
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to play like a ranger for the Freestar Collective and then just kill a whole bunch of innocent people because they said no to something. Like it doesn't work that way, and you get in trouble for that. So
free world,
free star,
the free world.
Oh boy, there you go. But yeah, and you guys,
I think I hit a chord. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions, any comments, anything you wanted to bring up?
No, I am interested in how much more as I keep going I get into.
Yeah, and I think that's what it'll do. So the next time it's my turn, we will do another Starfield follow-up. That'll be like in a week and a half. So that should give you guys enough time to get 69 hours under your belt. Who knows about that? But yeah, anything else, Mike, you wanted to
not at the moment. I mean, I have other questions, but it would all be spoiler stuff.
Okay.
And I don't want to do that to me or the audience.
Fair enough. Yes, we don't want to spoil all of that. We'll wait another week or so, and then after a couple weeks, then we can talk spoilers.
Right.
So it'll be a much more in-depth conversation. But this is the intro. This is the first impressions. So first impressions so far, Keelan, you're enjoying?
First impressions, I'm enjoying this. This is one of probably 2 or 3 games I'll be playing over the next month or 2.
For sure. And Mike said you're enjoying it.
Man, let's end this broadcast so I can get back to playing.
Fair enough. All right. Let's do it.
You stopped playing to shoot it?
Yeah, because I can't focus.
Okay.
There's too much talking and story to miss out on.
And there's a lot of items that you need to keep your eyes out for. And those by the way, those cred sticks are very small, so don't overlook them. You can pass by them very quickly. So all right. Well, let's wrap this up. This is just a little taste for what's to come in about a week and a half. And we will talk more in detail with a full spoiler review on the next time I choose. And yeah. All right, cool, guys. Anything else?
No. That's a jump back on.
Oh, I do have one question.
Me too. Yes.
Do you know if there's a level cap?
There is no known level cap. Even the people at Bethesda have said they haven't reached it yet.
Okay. Because, I mean, that means technically you could probably get every single skill in the game.
I think that's what it insinuates, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
So just prioritize what you want first, and then don't worry about the rest.
So the only thing else we need then is cheat codes.
Wait for the modders, man.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't do cheat codes in this game because I'll lose interest so fast.
That's true. Because
that's why I don't like Fallout. Once I learned that there were cheat codes, that's all I did, and I didn't care about playing the game the right way. And eventually, I just lost interest.
Yeah, you can't do it the first run. You have to play it pure the first
Gotta
run,
get
and
through
then
first, yeah.
and then you can mess around on subsequent runs.
Right.
Look, the Grand Theft Auto method: beat it and then cheat it.
There
Right.
you go. There you go. That's exactly right. Cool. All right, gents. Well, then I'm going to let you guys get back to Starfield, and I'm going to go probably do the same for a little bit.
Oh, I do want to throw one last thing out there that I meant to ask at the top. Is there any specific names behind your characters?
Oh, yeah. Good question. I called myself Spaceman Spiff after Calvin and Hobbes because that was Calvin's spaceman name. So
Nice.
Just thought that would be interesting. What did you guys name your character?
Same name I use in every game.
Xanalis.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. I ran with Tiberius.
Nice.
course
James
you did.
Tiberius Kirk. I like it. Yeah.
Wait, are you aware of Homeboys in Outer Space?
Homeboys in outer space. Well, Tiberius is Captain Kirk's middle name.
No,
Right.
I know. And that's
Yeah.
where
James Tiberius Kirk.
so
Yep.
what's funny is that's where they got the name for the character Tiberius in Homeboys from Outer Space.
All right. Fair enough. There you go. Yep.
Hilarious. And I was just
I like
like,
it.
what's a black dude that was in space? And I was like, I'm gonna go with Lando. And then I thought
Right.
about Tiberius, and I was like, ooh.
And Lando is the obvious choice, but
Right.
they'd have
That's the
made him.
obvious choice.
They'd have made him a less than desirable character to be in space now.
Fair enough.
If you know what I know, you don't want to be in space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, unless I got my bottle of Coke 45.
Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna revisit this episode in about a week and a half. Probably today's Sunday, so next Wednesday.
Yep.
We will follow up with the spoilers and more time because trust me, I have a lot of critiques, but I don't want to get into them until the gentlemen have played more.
So you hit hour 100 and we hit hour 40.
Right.
Yes.
I'm about to go get arrested right now.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Good. Do it. You won't be sorry. That is a really fun storyline. So definitely get arrested as soon as you can.
I just made it to Jameson.
Nice.
Jameson.
Yep. It's a new Atlantis. You're about to see Constellation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, the game opens up a little bit more once you do that. So
All right, hurry up, Keelan.
hurry up,
On my
Keelan.
way.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. It was a little bit of a low-key episode. We're itching to get back to play. We're going to have a better review for you, a full review, where we'll give you our actual number rating in the next episode. This was just a taste. We're trying to figure out whether this is overhyped or game of the year. And it's going to take some time. It'll take some time. So please stay tuned with us for that. Next Wednesday, we will be giving you the full number review for Starfield. But tonight, we're going to retire. And thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. We hope that you enjoyed. Let us know what you think of Starfield. If you have any questions about it, if you have any thoughts about it, you're going to always leave a comment. We read the comments. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of the people that tuned in to watch. Thank you. It means the world to us. Who's picking for Wednesday? Mike is, right?
Mike is, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but I will.
You will indeed. So it's going to be Mike's choice for a movie on Wednesday. Stay tuned for that. And we will be back at 9 p.m. on Wednesday for Screen Time Continuum. I am Nick.
I am Keelan.
And I'm Mike.
Good night.
Later on, guys.
Deuce.
Let's go play Starfield.
Right.
I wish I could put paint on my ship, but you know.
You can.
Give it time. I already know that's coming.
You can paint it.
Yeah.